Now the third step, which is ideate. You need to, it says you need to brainstorm for different ideas, find possible ideas. And I have another photo. Let me show you this photo. So this says about a large quantity of ideas that would become a solution or solutions for certain new development project. So I would say like that. I did say about the step before. Okay, you need to have certain, I guess, goal or some kind of wish, to come to solution, and then you need to work on that solution. Now, the step before, it can be short, like I said. It can be like, there is no network for people to talk. But the solution can be big. But I can also come back. I did come back. I did come back to that one, and I went back to that one because let's say the problem is no network for people, right? So I came to like certain network from the point of view electronics. I'm connected to this and this connected to that. It will go here, it will go there. If you submit here, it goes over there. So it's like electronical kind of thinking or network thinking, okay? Now, I have another thing which is important for me. What do I see? What do I get? Okay, you came to certain electronic network, which is like wires, cables, connections. It goes from here to there, access and access what. But then you have another part, which is, okay, what do I see? What will I get on the screen? Okay, so that's, you can come back to the previous step. I would say I did split into few those problems. Okay, first problem can be electronical connection, network connection. Then another network problem would be how does it look. Then it might have speed problem. It might have different problems, and then you find solution. You might go back and forth. I have a picture like this. Let me show you. So there are lines, okay? There are lines. I don't see lines from define to ideate, go back and forth. I actually, when I was going back and forth for that state. But they have like from like test going to define. This process can be many times actually. Not even one line. It can be 10, 20, 30, 50 lines going back and forth. This is just like an idea, I would say. But whatever you do, you might go many times. So like for me, define. I have defined, okay, idea of network, electronic network. What's my solution? I think about solution. Now next step, I go back to like how does it look. Then I come to software ideas. That solution for software. Then I might have short wireless. What I mean, like. The problem is like I don't like people coming to the coffee shop and connect cables and bunch of cables. So solution, short wireless. So I can go back and forth many times between define and between the solution. Okay, that's how I was doing. It doesn't say there on the picture. They might teach at school, but I guess it's a personal choice how big, but it does say create many solutions. Now, to create many solutions, you might define many problems to find solutions. So that stage create many solutions. Okay, I did think from the point of view. In some sense, it should be interesting. It's not boring. Okay, I came after work. Okay, and I look at the screen. I don't want very simple thing, very simple and boring thing. I need something interesting, right? So I need to find certain solutions for the software. Okay, I have a mask. I talk without the mask, but I do walk with the masks. I have few different kinds, but I do suggest to wear a mask. Anyway, so that stage ideate would be like you need to create many ideas. I've seen it says design thinking 101, and they say create many crazy ideas. So I don't know about many crazy ideas, but I would suggest. If somebody is concerned with innovation or something like that, you need to keep thinking about creating many different ideas. Or not creating, just think about the way I create. I do observe what others do, so I don't want to be the same. For me, legally, to get money, I need to be different. I don't want to do the same as in common. Oh, I do this, I do that, but they say it's already there. So I don't like to do like that. I like to do, even if I don't see, like say there is no network, I don't want to be a copycat, and it's just not right. For me, it doesn't look right. So I came to suppose I was thinking about network, because I did say about I don't want to be connected to internal networks. First of all, they might don't allow. It's their network. Who you are? Who are you? They might say no. We only have access for authorized people. You're not authorized. Plus, you're talking about the public. You have to be public trying to access our computers. No, we cannot do that. So that's what I had in my mind. You see, that's why I came to my own system from that point, because in '92 all they had is like IBM or Oracle, those computers, internal computers, and they did not allow any access. Even today they do not allow any access. You just try to go to any company, like say I've seen United Healthcare. I was inside of United Healthcare in Minneapolis. They do have Oracle computers. They have computer. Those computers are only for insurance people. Even like insurance people cannot go inside. Okay, this computer room like certain temperature controlled and all that. They have like certain card to get in. It's only for technicians to get in. The company person sitting talking on the phone about insurance and all that, they can access only computer like in that talking room. I don't think they can even go to computer. So now in my case, like I have all these public people, right, accessing those computers. They're just not real. That's why I came to my own system and network, which is outside of any business. I have nothing to do with it. Even what you see today, when you click on icon, that doesn't go to internal system networks. Like it doesn't go to United Healthcare room, or it doesn't go to IBM room, unless they have like a PC or some kind of computer like outside of whatever they have, and that can check what they call today internet. Otherwise, it doesn't go. It's not made for that. So I was thinking about it. So I came to that. I would say the electronic part. Okay, I did talk about the computer in the middle network. Now AOL did not have international network. I did not see any international. I did not see even network from New York to Minneapolis. AOL to me appears it was like for New York City at that time. I don't think they had any kind of plan for international network. So my plan was, I came to a system. I don't have computers locally, but I do have in the middle of the country, suppose. Okay, I might have computers on the east side or west side, next to big cities. That was my latest setup, to put some computers, big rooms next to big cities. And because of some reason, I don't like to have all the traffic going to the middle. I like to split some traffic going to computers which is close to big cities, huge cities like LA or maybe San Francisco. So some files would be going from there, You would duplicate, like photos or certain things you can duplicate and have access from local servers and computers. Now, so I do have electronic part, okay, this electronic part. I kind of, I came to good ideas and all that. So now, because I was in, I am familiar with telephone system. Telephone system assume that everybody is talking for like certain time, right? They have like certain average time, talking time. And they do reuse the line, okay? And the telephone system is based on reusing the line. And if they think it's not enough, they add extra lines. But in my case, like if I'm exploring, it can be hours. So I need to assume the line taken for much longer time. That's what I was actually talking in 92. I would need to add, or people would need to add many lines, because the time of exploring is much longer than talking on the phone. People can use computers sometimes online, maybe 2, 3, 4 hours, 5 hours, but on the phone is like 10, 15 minutes, 1 hour. I don't think many people talk 2 hours. So the time is shorter, okay, for the phone. So for me was vision, you need to add many lines. Even if I had my beginning stage was like to use telephone line, but I didn't know that computer work in a digital way, and I was thinking about using the telephone line, which is analog at that time, the box. And I wanted to do digital on top of analog, use the same line. But for me it was important to split. But the thing is, analog, the voltage is higher than the digital, so it should be like certain right split. That was my first kind of stage to use telephone line, but the best would be to use a special box just for exploring. So I came to a digital line for my use. Like Bill Gates had an idea that, or wish, I guess, to have computer on every table, right? My wish at that time was to have a box, that box, which is today they call it DSL, in every house, because it would be much easier. Because telephone is analog, and the high voltage for digital, plus somebody calling you, that just doesn't work. You need to have a separate line, digital, just made for computers. In my view was few lines. I did not specify how many, but I did see the computer had many lines, like say for the screen, and many lines for this, for that. Because I had computer IBM compatible, I did look at connection, they had many lines, so I did say few, but I did not go and do prototype and testing and figuring out how many lines I need for the best. It can be many, it can be more than what is today, because the more lines, the more opportunities and possibilities you can have with the same. But then you need to run more. What's the ultimate solution? That would be that would be for business meeting, for technical meeting, and things like that. So I did come to that. That was my kind of wish or dream, I guess, of '92. Now, what else for electronical? For electronical, I did come to my computer. I don't know exactly if Apple, the iPod, somebody told them about mine. My way of '92 was just to make one for exploring, without hard drives, without all that computer stuff. Just made for exploring, and iPad, I believe they call it, iPad. It looks like that. It doesn't have anything. It's like made for exploring. I don't know if it's the same idea or someone told them. Anyway, so I had that in mind. I came to this to have just for exploring, not for like any computer stuff, but to go to, like, say, the computer store, or anywhere you go, just to have that, because for applications, for that you need big storage and all that. But that would be like say, like at that UPS store or some other store, people go and do that work, or at home or something like that. But for exploring, you don't need a computer or hard drive and applications with you, unless you think you really need it. But I had option like that. No computer, but like just for exploring, kind of like iPad. But my idea was to have a screen, the cover, the top screen cover. But they have like not cover, but mine was like kind of the same, but two cover. A small size, but you can read, but small size. For me, it was like, I would say like 10-inch is okay. So what else I had in mind from electronic point of view? Okay, I had this. I had now satellite. Because of I did know about the cables and networks, but like country like Africa, say Africa, you know, the desert and all those animals and the heat and all that, and all across it, super long, like people on the train for 1 week. Sometimes they have train 1 week on a train. So for me it was wish to have a network, but realistically, like people on the train for 1 week, how long does it take to run that cable from one side to other? It's, for me, like, I don't think so. So I came to idea of satellite. But for me, satellite was, it means it will stop at certain point. I have transmitters, right, and I have satellite. And on the other side, I have receivers. So receivers are getting, and I have access in that area. Now, if they're transmitting, it means they have transmitters too. It goes to satellite, and receivers are getting on the other side. I did know about transmitters, wireless, you know, before I even think about that system. So that was my electronic thinking. My satellite does not work in a way like some other ones. For me, was satellite just to have this gap without the cable, because it's just too long, and just satellite much faster to put than to run cable. But cable, normally cable considered is more secure than wireless. So you need to apply a lot of, I guess, security thinking to that to make it secure. You know, but the best would be to have a cable too. Now I was talking about running cables from US to Europe in the ocean, and I see they did run. You see, that's actually a proof. If you see they had a bundle, that's a proof it's not internet. Internet doesn't have bundle of cables going one direction. The internet is like interconnected. It doesn't have huge number of cables going one way. See, that's a configuration. If you look at MIT books, configuration, the internet does not assume many cables one way. That's a different kind of network. So, but because my way is like, say, I have computers in the middle of the country, and I have some other ones. But when you redirect, when I redirect, right, signal, let's say to Europe, it goes to Europe. I did say it can be just one bundle going to Europe, like it can be from Canada, from US, all together. Just run one. You don't need to run from US. Big bundle of cables, and then you run from Canada. So my vision was just to run to Europe like a bundle, right? And that's what I see. Later, it started to run under the ocean. That's not internet. Come on, if you are technical, that's not internet. Internet doesn't work like this. So now you have cables going to Europe, right? That was my thinking. I was thinking about cables for some time in the ocean. I was thinking about satellite, maybe satellite above the ocean, whatever. So for me, it was important international network. Okay, like I said, I didn't see AOL had international, but I did step into thinking about international network. And in '92, for people, it was not any international network. I did not see even normal network that you can go to store and have just people in America. International network, I did not see. I don't know. Well, maybe banks had international network, probably some kind of network, but it's internal network. I don't talk about banks networks or FBI or international police network. I'm talking about network for people. Okay. Now their network is just the wire between businesses. That's their normal way of network. In my case, I don't have the wire. I have the company between the users. So if you see right now users, they can access a lot of information, but they don't have on user end a lot of computers. That's my way. My way to have a lot of information, but don't have on user end a lot of computers. In some sense, AOL had that, but AOL is different. AOL and me, in some sense, can be similar. In some sense, I'm different. Now, like especially like say international network, that's not AOL's way. That's my way. AOL's way is like to put inside of New York City and all that. Now. So I came to that electronical part of network, right? I did think about this and that, all kind of variation changes, but for me it was to find a solution. So the idea, the possible many ways of solutions. That was my stage for solutions. You need to find a lot of good solutions. You don't need to have crazy ideas. Well, you can, for some people it might look like crazy, but it depends on how you look at that. But I don't think from the point of crazy ideas, a lot of crazy ideas. But you need to have varieties of ideas. If you just very simple, it can be boring, you know. It's like a store. You go to store, you see many items. That's normal, right? If you see 2-3 items, I don't know. It's something not bad, you know. So for anything you want to talk about, business or development, you should have a good variety of different ideas that you can start with, you know. So now I had that say that part. Now my next part was, what do I see? Okay, I came to that. At some point I put aside all that electronic cables, all that thinking, and what do I see on the screen? Okay, that one, to me it is clear. I know it's gonna work. Now what do I see on the screen? Now I went to deep thinking about what will I see on the screen, what's good to have on the screen, what will can I explore after work, what can I explore maybe if I have a small business, what can I see on the screen during the work, so things like that. My first part was a search. I was thinking about a search. Okay, I have a computer. I came home, right? I'm gonna search for something. I'm not gonna just look at the screen. So I had idea of a search, some kind of search. Now how does it look? Search for what? So I came to that certain window that you can search for something. Now how it's going to look like? You need to think about what you have on the screen, right? So I came to after a certain time, I came to that. That's what you see now, like one after one, and you have the name of business, okay, and you have short text, you have linked certain things, you can have pictures, you can have some videos. One after one, you have pages, right? That's how my search, that's what I came to, right? AOL did not have that. They did not, I did not see it. They had some kind of their stuff, but not like that. And then I came to that whatever you see on the top, like photos, maps, whatever, huh? That's what I came to. That's my search. That's how my search look like. That's what it's used. I actually never did allow to use. That's for me. It was for me, for my business. It's like AOL had something their own. That was for me. They use mine. I don't know who told them. Okay, they're not supposed to. They had to stay with their way. For me, actually, it would be more interesting to see their way. But even if they want to use mine, then they should pay. Why do I need to look at mine? You didn't pay anything to me. Why do I need to look at mine to me? Why did you do all that search on the top, all this? It's not made for everybody to use. I don't know who told you. It's my wife told them some kind of stories. They made it like everybody can use. No, I did not make everybody can use. That was for my business. That was for me to go find rich people and implement, you see. It was not for, it was my innovative idea for the future business. I did not think for just to give and then do cheap jobs. I never had that kind of thing. My thinking was to find rich people, not for a few dollars an hour. No, somebody took me wrong. So now I came to the search, right? One after one. Then I was trying to explain. I didn't like it just one after one, boring, So I had it, pictures, link, this. Now, you see, normally when people had one after one, nothing is linked. In my case, yes, it's one after one, but if you want to know more, it's linked to that business or university or non-profit organization. I did go into even people, if they have a page, it might show up as the name of person and maybe he's posting or whatever. If it's professional, I don't want to run some kind of bunch of stupid talks. If it show up, if it's like professional or teacher or something, it can be a person. So I had this one, right? So now, because I came to e-commerce, which will allow different businesses to create their packages or sites they call it, and I can add their package on my computers. I can store on my computers. So now when people get home, when they're looking at the screen, if they, for instance, they go to my search, right? Search company. That's how I had search company. Because that's the only place they could have. Because I don't have those bunch of internal networks. And it's not asking you, would you like to go to this or would you like to go to that? You see, that's my way. It goes to my computers. It's a search company, right? So it goes to search company and I add different shops there, okay? I add different banks and I will add different universities. So that for me, from that point, it was interesting. It's kind of interesting project. So that's my way of e-commerce. It's not AOL e-commerce. I know, they did not have that. Okay, and that browser does not, that browser, the way it looks, it's not AOL. AOL had something else. So I came to the browser. Browser for me was important, okay, where I'm gonna put a store. So a store, you would type in that small window the name of the store. It would take you to my computers and it would give you the store, right? Another way, I came to the front page, window, the name for the search company. You type, it gives you a list and you can get from the list. Or you can get from, like, say, information sources. Like you go to information. I had the idea about information, created an information site. Let's say you say famous tire store, famous tires, or biggest tires stores. Okay, and it can give you a list. It can give you just information, and there is a link. You could click on link and it will take you to that store. Okay, that's how my way works. And normally I had like say 3, 4 pages, 5 pages, and I had that click back and forth. I came to this back and forth click. I came to that long page with bunch of things on the bottom. That's not AOL, you know. So certain things I did think a long time about this and how it's gonna look. So you go to that define, and then you have IDA. I keep going many times. For then, I did come to a store idea, right? To have stores. I came to a certain look, how store will look like, and then my thinking was to create like a part inside of company that will make design, or just independent company. That's what you see today, those design kind of businesses for websites. That's my way. It's not AOL way. AOL, they did not have that. They had something else. So, and then you have, because my system is big, you need to have a name checking, because the computers, when you type, it should to give you one name. It should not like have many different names. Otherwise, computer is confused. How can you get something? You need the exact name, then you can get something, right? This is how computer works. You submit exact, it will give you. Otherwise, well, it can give you list too. You can submit Johnson last name, it will give you many Johnson, but you can do that. But you would need to go through the list. Now, if you have emails, for instance, if I email, Yeah, the email to who? See, it's not right if you send to Johnson, it goes to Old Johnson. So you need to have one and only name. So that's what my plan was, to have a part of business checking for the names, to give only one name. That's what you see, you know, this name checking, to check the name. That came from me. I did not see it. I did in '92. Nothing was even in a store that you can rent. So that was my thinking. I went back to again. You see, so you submit and it goes to one place. So you have what? You define a problem. It can go to many places, and the solution, like say, part of business or independent business is checking for the names. So I was going many times from one to another. That's how I actually came to many things. And then what I had? Okay, I came to stores, different stores. Then university, how it would look like, university or college online, education online, how bank would look like. I had some general things that if I talk, I have something to say. And then what else I had? Trading. I came to trading online. Now at some point I thought, okay, I have a system, because my plan was to have that search company, right? Then at some point I thought, you just search company, all you have is those external businesses, and you store them. Yes, you have business from them. But at some point I thought, maybe I should have my store too. So I actually did not have store. I could have store, but I came to idea I want to have my mall, my own mall with stores. A package, a big package. It's a mall with stores. So, and I will allow many small businesses to sell. Okay, so that's what Amazon is. Amazon is my '92 package. I call it a mall in the beginning, my mall. Okay, so the idea is it's a big package which is on my system. Okay, if you type on browser, it will take you to my package, but it's stored on my computer. To my computers. Well, if somebody is doing similar, it can be on mine, it can be on their computers. Depends what they want. But it's a mall. Then I came to that certain on the top, like I have search engine. You know that I had in general two ways of look. One is like on like left and top. I had that, you know, for the what do you say, for the shopping, right? So I came to that on the top. I have this, I have on the left side, and then I have product and all going like this. That's what you see on eBay. That's what you see on Amazon. You see, that's my thinking. It's not AOL thinking. AOL did not have that. And Barnes and Noble, any business you go, warehouse, any store, they did not have that. I came from zero. I did not see that. Okay, that's my mall. So my mall means, first of all, you need to have a front page, right, for the package. Okay, in the front page, like say eBay. That's my package too. eBay used like Amazon is new. you need to have a front page. Okay, that front page is for many users to sell. It's a eBay basically is the same mall. It will allow many users to sell, but you make one page for many. Okay, so I had that one page for many. Amazon, which is new item, the same one page for many. What do I put there? Because it's one for many. Okay, so I was thinking about what can I put for many, because it's many. It's not your own, not one guy. It's many. So I had okay, I have this on the top, different things, right? Helping to buy or sell, and I had on left side. That's like a normal when you sell or buy. But like for the front page, what can I put on the front page? So I thought about different special offers, new things, you know, different things from different companies, some kind of specials. That's what you see today. That's what it is. Front page specials. That's what they put. Now it can be like, say, what I had. Yeah, I don't prepare speeches. I'm just trying to remember. I had like, it can be just like just a simple page for many, just made for many, you know. And but somebody should make it. It can be like eBay and what's trending today, and, well, you know, whatever for many, or some kind of new releases, new items or specials, whatever you think is right. This is how I was thinking. It would be like a package people who decide what to put. It's not one user. I would say it's a package people management. They would decide what to put there. You don't want to put some kind of nonsense product that will confuse many people. I think it should be tested and verified. It should be some kind of decent product, you know. Can be. Now, for new items, for me was a mall. I was concerned with small shops. Look for small shops and try to offer them to be on my package. Because small guys normally they have a problem. Nobody's buying from them. Everybody's going to Walmart or big stores like that. I just wanted to help small guys, small businesses. Okay, and then that was my idea, to create a mall where a lot of small businesses. I did say it can be big business selling new items, but you cannot see them. Like my idea was like you see those Japanese or some foreign, you know, electronics. You don't see them, but they are good. But you don't see them, so I would offer them. You know. So now from that point, you don't need to live in a big city. You can just go to, you know, your computer and buy items that you like. You don't need to drive to big city. You don't need to do all that long thing, travel or searching. You just can go to computer and, you know, get it, right? And now I thought it's interesting. So, but I wasn't focused like on Walmart. I did not. Walmart can make for themselves a store, like, because my system can store big stores. I can have Walmart just on computer, on my computers. But for me, mall was like mostly for many sellers, mostly small sellers, but I do have big sellers too, but focused on small sellers, and they have inventory. They have own inventory, and the what they call site today, or package, will allow them to sell their items. So I had that. You go inside, you need to have login, everything, and then you have inventory, okay, and then it will count your inventory, and you post those like pages where they post, you see that's my design too. You have a picture, you have all the description, and you have buy, add to cart, buy, payment process. So at that time I didn't even know. I've seen AOL, but to me AOL was different. I did not see any cards or things like that. I don't know. He had some kind of his way. But when I look at AOL 91, their design is different. It's not like mine. So they had like more information. They were like information or something on that side. I don't remember anything. What I had, I cannot compare to anything AOL, because AOL to me is different, some kind of different. You look different, and it just, you don't have that way that I had. So like say new items package. Now my ex-wife, because that was for me, was for international use, that package. My network is international and the package international. My ex, it takes long time to receive from overseas, blah blah blah. Well, I thought maybe it takes long time. But if you really want, what's the problem? That's my thinking. Initial thinking was, what's the problem? But then I thought, okay, long time, and I went to thinking about warehouse. I went to thinking about warehouse, and then I came to the idea about warehouse. So new items would have many sellers, and they would have a warehouse. I would offer them to have a warehouse. I was thinking about where to put that warehouse, and that warehouse would be like just to speed up, I guess, shipping, so you don't need to wait from overseas. That was warehouse originally made for foreigners, not for Americans. So any foreign product could have items in American warehouse, and it would be shipped from American warehouse. If it's an American order, it would ship from American warehouse. So I would cut on long distance, all that stuff. Now, you see, I already have 44 minutes. I need to record more because I didn't cover. Because for some reason to YouTube 45 minutes is okay. After 45 minutes I cannot download. It just takes forever. Even 45 minutes hard to. So anyway, I will probably start. So basically I had warehouse, and I did go to think about warehouse and part of the business, but I did not like to spend too much time on that warehouse, because in my case I had search company and the package. What Google did, Google is one and Amazon is second one. They split. Maybe in that case he had like Amazon has time for warehouse and for those cars driving and all that. For me, I did not. I was thinking about that, but to drive all this, I kind of went back to, no, they just ship from warehouse using any shipment. Unless, I said, unless there is no business and they want to participate more in shipping, otherwise just from warehouse shipped by normal shipping way. Whatever seller will choose, any service they choose. It can be done by you, by your company, but I did not go to. But I see Amazon went more into that direction, which is like they do shipping. But the warehouse, yeah, and the packages, it was my 92 thinking, design thinking for my e-commerce. That's actually e-commerce. It's my e-commerce. My e-commerce is like whatever I store on a system, okay, on my computers with network, that's my system. It's one way of e-commerce. Second way of e-commerce is a package. For new items with a warehouse, and for used items, which is like eBay. Used items, I did not go into think about warehouse. That's what I don't see eBay has warehouse. They might, but I don't see it. Unless it's new item. I did say used item, package, similar to new. Some can sell new items, but it's mostly for use, focused on use. So that's how they do. I mean, if it's new items, they can have warehouse too. I mean like eBay, they can. I mean, I don't like them to just use mine. They should pay for mine. I don't want to keep giving ideas for free. They should pay. They had to pay. Because now they cannot even talk, because nobody gave them, and they're using somebody told them to do it. Who told them to do it? They don't have any permissions from me, you see. They cannot talk at innovation center or design center. Somebody told them that they will stuck on it. So they cannot go anymore. It's not AOL. I'm telling you, it's not AOL. eBay is not AOL thinking. Okay. So and Amazon is not AOL. And it's not Barnes and Nobles, whatever. Those internal network thinking. It's my thing. So. I will stop right now. I have 48. I might need to cut something here and there, but hopefully I can download 48 minutes, or maybe 50 minutes, whatever. And I will record one more, or maybe two more. I was thinking a long time, not one day. So I would need to record more to explain it, because some people need explanations. So let me talk more in some future, and let me tell you more in the future, okay? In third video.